Floats it for Cooper. Hits him in stride. Cooper stays in bounds for the touchdown. Wow. Formation. Elliott bangs through and scores.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we need to have the discussion regarding the Cowboys front office and how they approach bringing back players that they've drafted, committing to them long term, stuff like that. So this is nothing new for the Cowboys this season. Yes, they have Dak and Amari to worry about in terms of who they want to pay and who they're going to pay, or pay both of them. They can do that if they want to. But the thing that has bothered me the most is that there's been a history of the Cowboys sticking their feet into the ground and trying to use that as a negotiation strategy for trying to get a lower price on them, on the players. This has happened with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant was franchise tagged in 2015. It took him until June, July to get a new deal. DeMarcus Lawrence, another example. He's been franchise tagged once. He plays on that franchise tag. He gets franchise tagged again, and then he gets a new deal in April. This is very bad that the Cowboys have to wait so long for commitment. I understand that it's a huge franchise-altering decision for some of these, because you could be paying a lot of money to a guy that just flops. You could be paying a lot of money to a guy that is an all-pro. I get that. I understand that. But the fact is that if the Dallas Cowboys are, and this is a part of it that kind of irritates me the most, and this has nothing to do with Dak, Amari, or any other player. This has to deal with the front office of the Cowboys. I'm just taking in what they're saying. Listen, it's always the team over the player, right? It's always the team over the individual. Well, if the front office is saying, well, we want to commit to a certain player that we think is beneficial to our team, and they say that numerous times over, why are they taking so long to commit to it? Waiting until the last minute to get a deal hammered out, and you end up screwing yourself over. We shouldn't be sitting here having the discussion of, oh, should Dak be franchise tagged or should he be paid? Oh, should Amari be franchise tagged? No. Look, if the Cowboys feel that these two guys are a part of their future, then pay them. Prove it. Stop doing this. This is not good. This doesn't look good amongst your players. This doesn't look good amongst any other player that wants to come here. Why would they want to stay here long term knowing that you're going to just drag your feet into the ground and refuse to sign someone to a deal that's more or less decent? People will be like, Space, you're just being super naive. Dak's asking for $40 million. No, he wasn't asking for 40. You know why they even propagated them saying that? Because Dak and his team want the Cowboys to pay him what he's worth. He was offered a $25 million deal and a $30 million deal. To my knowledge, I don't know if there was any other deals out there that were after that. Dak, and his team, of course, declined those offers. Because, why would I? This was after, I think, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff got their money. Dak Prescott is statistically better than both of them. And not only that, what is it? Jared Goff is making like $34 million a year. Carson Wentz will be making the same amount of money. Why would Dak Prescott take anything less than that? You see what I'm getting at? That's why he hasn't signed a new deal, because the Cowboys are trying to get him on a deal that, and who knows? Maybe it's not just about the average per year. Maybe it's the guarantees that are the issues. That's part of negotiation as well. Look, it's just really annoying how the Cowboys can sit there and be like, we want to commit to X player, we want him to be here for a long time, and then you want to just sit and do nothing, or just be like, well, I don't want to pay him that much. It's just so stupid. Look, I've been pro Dak his entire career up to this point. And whether you want to call me biased in that or not, fine, I don't really care. But I'm just taking what the team is saying, right? And I'm just responding to that. We could sit here and be like, well, Dak deserves his money, or no, he's garbage. Look, If Dak is garbage, then the other quarterbacks that got their money are garbage as well. You know, I don't understand it with this premise that because Dak doesn't win or doesn't do things a certain way, he therefore is not a good quarterback. It's weird. You know, he has just as good stats, or hell, even better stats than Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. And we're going to sit here and we're going to be like, oh, well, Dak Prescott isn't a good quarterback. Or, oh, Amari isn't a good receiver because he didn't get a certain stat line. At the end of the day, it's about wins. And if you want to include those, Dak Prescott averages 10 wins a season. He has 40 wins on his record. No, he didn't have a comeback. I know. Dak Prescott had moments this year where I was extremely infuriated with him. The Packers game when he threw 3 interceptions. The Eagles game, the crucial one down the season, at the end of the season, the one I went to. There were games like the Chicago game. There were multiple games where it's like, what the hell is going on? And when you look at what's going on with Amari, you could say the same thing. Dude, he was injured the whole season, and the Cowboys are trying to make him play to increase their chances of winning. Dude, the last thing you want to do is screw over someone that you're going to try and pay long term. You could call Amari soft all you want. I don't really care. Dude's a top 5 receiver when he's healthy. And he's asking for top money. Understandably so. He had his best season on record, career, stats-wise. And you're saying, oh, Space, it's not about stats. It's about wins. Yeah, and and if you want to look at it, the Cowboys over the past couple of seasons have been a solid team. 13-3, 9-7, 10-6, now 8-8. And are we still gonna have these commitment issues? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it's kind of getting old how people want to keep saying the same stuff over again. Like, oh, Dak's not worth his money. Let's franchise tag him and make him prove it. What? Prove it again so then you pay him $40 million in 2021? Oh, Space, we shouldn't be going off of the market because the market has no effect on... It shouldn't have an effect on a player. Okay, look at real life, for example. If you're going, and I've had this happen to me too. Okay, this isn't something that's nonsense. I've had a situation where, I got promoted. We were negotiating some form of pay. They wanted, what was it? So in New Jersey, it's like $8.80 at that time for the minimum wage. They said they wanted to pay me $9. I said $10, and we ended up at the middle at $9.60. I get it. It's very, milquetoast and a bland description. But you get what I'm trying to get at. They were, every single owner will try to lowball first. That's not just exclusive with the Cowboys. This goes with any other organization. They will lowball first. Then the team might respond back with, okay, we want to pay at this point. The team being the representatives of the player. And then guess what? You meet in the middle. I don't know what the hell's taking so long. I'm trying not to get impatient. But if the Cowboys truly want to commit to their players, do it. Prove it. Don't just talk don't talk the talk if you can't walk the walk. And so far the Cowboys haven't done that. And by looking at reports, the Cowboys are probably going to franchise tag Dak. I don't know what this means about Amari. I don't know if this means they're going to give him a deal or he's going to test the market. But time's ticking. We have a month just about until free agency opens. And we're getting close to when the franchise tag can be applied. So I'm getting extremely sick and tired of how the Cowboys are approaching things. And I'm being honest. I don't care what people think about this opinion from me. I really don't care. This is just me speaking as objective as possible. This is something that's been an issue with the Cowboys for the past couple seasons. I'm not doing this to be pro Dak or pro Amari or pro whoever. I'm just looking at what the team's trying to do, and I'm just being like, I don't know why they're just doing what they're doing. You could either be like, oh, they're trying to prevent themselves from getting into a situation where they're not paying. No. If the Cowboys are expressing interest in the player that they want to keep, then prove it. Give him a new deal, and let's move on. You know, I don't want Dak to hold out. I don't want Amari to hold out. You might be saying, oh, Space, they're not team players if they do it. Well, for the last, 4 seasons, Dak Prescott's been a team player doing what he's had to do, you know, getting paid chump change. That is true. You cannot escape that reality that, yes, Dak Prescott did everything in the past 4 years getting paid chump change compared to his contemporaries. Amari Cooper, he helped change the direction of this franchise completely. And we're going to be there and be like, and we're going to sit there and be like, nah, we don't need him. It's annoying. It's just the, you know, I like this player until the bill comes up. And that's just that. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I've gone on for long enough. Please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.
I used to live in Sin Cities like Bruce Willis, but I'm Jackie Chan, karate chopping, I'm still kicking. I used to be chopped and screwed, I'm Lil flipping. Now I'm nice, Mike Jordan, so who's pippin'? I'm running man, you the running man, you still slipping. I hit records, you swinging, it's still